So iron. Iron is probably one of the most common problems you'll see all around New Zealand, particularly in groundwater. It's a metal, it's on the periodic table, it has the symbol Fe, and it's literally everywhere in the country. So probably more than 90% of the bores I've ever tested have some level of iron in them. It's a bit of a nuisance, iron. It causes brown staining, it makes water smell and taste metallic, it encourages bacterial growth in the pipework, and it can block pipes because it drops out and it deposits. The guideline value for drinking water standards is about 0.2 milligrams per litre, and sometimes, especially people who do a lot of white laundry, might see a little bit of yellowy staining around about 0.1. And you can see from the picture there the sort of mess it makes. So even though it's not harmful, people really don't enjoy having it. Iron's a bit of a tricky one. Iron comes in 5 different forms, and each one of those forms has different ways that it can be taken out. So I really will suggest to all licensees that specifying for iron removal is not something you'll be doing on your own. You'll be asking for help from head office. So some of the ways that we can take iron out, if it's there on its own, it's not there with its friend, who we'll talk about next. We can use aeration, so that's spraying the water into a tank. That takes the iron out of solution, it forms little particles, and then we can filter it out after that. We can use something that's called a super softener, and super softeners are fantastic. They'll actually take out 4 out of those 5 forms of iron. Regular water softeners will take out soluble iron, and then we have 3 media, Pyrolox, DMI 65, and manganese green sand, all of which do the same thing. They make that reaction from dissolved iron into iron particles, oxidized iron rust, whatever you want to call it. They speed it up and then they filter it out. And finally, we can use chemical assistance to oxidize that. We can use something like chlorine, boson peroxide to assist in making that reaction a lot more rapid again, and then filter it out. So we really need to be using the right one of these for the right application. So what we will do on a house versus what we're going to do for a whole farm or a factory may not be the same thing. Please do make sure you ask for advice on those.